Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, we have a foundation review I'm so excited about. It is the new Laura Geller Double Take Liquid Foundation. We're going to talk a little bit about the foundation and what to expect from it. I'm going to show you the application, do a few check-ins, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Michelle. I enjoy makeup, skincare, and lifestyle. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you go. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you hit that bell icon, you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, so first let's just talk a little bit about the foundation. It is considered a medium to full buildable coverage. It has a natural matte finish. It says it has cell oxygen boosters to protect from damaging blue light, promotes cell regeneration for healthy looking skin. It has a weightless feel. It is long wearing. It is great for fine lines and wrinkles and mature skin. You can apply this with your fingers, a brush, or a sponge. This comes in a frosted glass bottle. It has a doe foot applicator. This is how the foundation comes. What I do like is how wide the mouth of the bottle is. So when you're taking this doe foot in and out, it's not spilling all over the place and making a mess. It's like some bottles. This still isn't my favorite. I do wish this was in a pump. At least they designed it so that it's not making a huge mess all over the place. This comes in 8 shades and it retails for $36 for 1 fluid ounce. It is currently on sale for $21.60. Plus you get an additional 15% off. You can get this for $18.36, which I think is a fantastic deal. So let's go ahead with the application. I do have on my skincare. I have a sunscreen on and they do recommend a primer. So I did use a primer, but I prefer this actually without a primer. All of the products will be linked down below for you in the description box. So this is what it looks like, just to show you the consistency. It's definitely on the runnier side, so it's not thick at all. It's very, very liquidy. I got this in color light. I don't know why I got it in light because I wear medium in some of the others. It does blend in really well, so it still works. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it with a really inexpensive foundation brush that I have that I think I picked up at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. If you wanna use a brush, just go ahead and use your favorite foundation brush, and then I might tap it out with a sponge. Let's go ahead and apply it. I do have a pimple here. I broke out. So we're gonna see what the coverage is like. Okay, and it does look a little yellowy. There have been some reviews where people were talking about the undertones, but it blends right into your skin. That gave me decent coverage. That was just a tiny bit I had on my hand. I still have a lot there. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the sponge. It definitely is giving me a medium coverage with a primer on. I would say using a sponge without primer, it did not give me full coverage. So primer does make a huge difference with this foundation. Let's take a close-up look. I think the coverage is really good on this. If you don't use a sponge and you want to use a brush, you will 100% get more of a full coverage. I think that it looks a little thick with a brush, especially if you're using the primer. Now, she does recommend you top this with one of their powders. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is a Baked Balance and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation. I have this in medium, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to take another brush and just kind of go over this. It looks really pretty and skin-like. It went on easy. It's really lightweight. I don't feel like I have any makeup on my skin. And like I said, it blended in really, really well. So far, what I can say about it, and from wearing it previously, without a primer, it goes on much thinner. Maybe because it doesn't have anything to grip to and it's so liquidy. With the sponge and no primer, it goes on really thin. I would say a light coverage. No primer with a brush, I would say is a medium coverage. With a primer, I would say a sponge is medium and a brush is definitely full coverage. Let's take one more look. It's looking really pretty and skin-like. It gave me some great coverage. I do not like a full coverage. Medium coverage is perfect for me. I'm loving how it looks. It kind of just evened out my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. So I'm back with all of my makeup. So let's just take a good look at this. I really like this combination with the foundation and the Laura Geller powder. It just looks really nice. I love the coverage. You can 100% get full coverage with this foundation. It is really skin-like. I don't feel very makeup-y. I don't feel like I have a lot of foundation on my face or that anything is caked on my face. It's not settling into any wrinkles. It's not accentuating my pores, especially in this area and right in here where I have really enlarged pores. I think it's sitting nicely. I love that I just kind of have a natural glow to my skin. It's not dull at all. I think if a makeup is too matte, it can definitely make your skin look dry. It can make it look older and can accentuate your wrinkles. So I love the healthy glow that this gives. Okay guys, so let's check in about 4 hours and we'll take a look at this, see how it's wearing and what it looks like. Hey guys, so I'm here for my 4-hour check-in. We're losing daylight. I figured I'd come out here first. So let's take a look. So now we're gonna go ahead and take a look inside. I'm gonna try to scooch you guys in a little bit. This is what it is looking like, and it's been a little over 4 hours. I'm definitely a little bit shinier in my forehead. I still think my pores are looking good. I think they look better than they normally do, right in this area. There's no settling, there's no sliding around. It didn't crease, you know, in the sides of my nose or around my mouth. I'm actually really surprised how in place this is. It's definitely not worn off on the tip of my nose, but it looks like it's worn off a tiny bit kind of on the side of my nose, like right in here. It's worn off a little bit. I'm thinking this looks really good. I think it looks really healthy. Let's take another quick look. I'm really happy with it so far. My skin doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't feel, you know, overly hydrated. It just feels really good. It's not sticky. I still don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. I think it looks just like skin. So we're gonna check back in another 4 hours and take a look and see how it's wearing. See you in a bit. Hey guys, so I am back for my final check-in. It's been about another 4 hours. So I think we're looking a little over 8 hours. Let's take a look and see what it is doing. I don't think it looks much different than my 4-hour check-in, but let me take my little mirror. It's definitely worn off more on the sides of my nose. I don't know if you can see that. There's some redness coming through on the sides of my nose. It's not doing anything weird. I don't see any patchiness or breaking up. It still looks in place. It didn't settle into my wrinkles. This part of my face actually looks really, really good. I still have the coverage. It wore off a little bit on my upper lip, but I ate lunch, I had dinner, and I didn't touch it. I just left it alone. I still like it. I still think that it looks like skin. It looks natural. I don't think I look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. It's a really nice foundation. I don't think it's anything spectacular. It did do a really good job with my pores. This is definitely better than the cream foundation that I used. That was absolutely horrible. If you have not seen that review and you're interested in seeing it, I'll link it down below in the description box. The cream foundation was horrible, absolutely horrible. My favorite foundation from her so far has to be this one. It's just so quick and easy and there's no fuss. I'm not a fan of the packaging on this. I'm not a huge fan of this doe foot, even though it is nice and wide, keeps the bottle neat. I don't like it. I just wish it had a pump. It just would have made things so much easier. I've really been giving thought who I think this foundation would be for. If you want a foundation that you can get light, medium, or full coverage, depending if you use a primer, if you don't use a primer, how you're applying it, this definitely would work. It didn't dry out my skin. It didn't make me oily either. I just think it's a nice all-around foundation. Is it gonna give you a lot of hydration? No, I don't think that it will, but I certainly don't think that it's going to dry out your skin at all. I don't think that it's gonna settle into fine lines and wrinkles unless you put it on too heavy. But I think that's really any foundation on mature skin. If you go in too heavy, it's gonna settle into our wrinkles and it's gonna accentuate them. So given the price that this is right now for $18, it might be just a nice foundation to have in your collection to wear on an everyday basis. So I feel like any skin type can wear this foundation. I think any preference in coverage can also use this foundation. Like I said, it wears so differently with and without a primer. I prefer it without a primer. I prefer it with the powder on top of it. So will I be using it? Yes. Do I love it? No, but I'll definitely be wearing it. And I do like this combo together. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch. I appreciate it so much. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video.